And that was super rude, Brendan.
You just called me a loser 3 times. Fuck.
All right. Real quick, Tom, welcome to the show.
What's up, Tom?
Say hi to everybody. And
Chicken bacon.
Okay, so we were talking vaccinations. Tom, I know you take a different stance on masks and vaccines, and pretty much everything we talk about, you take a separate stance. So where are you at with the vaccines and in this whole Fauci and this double mask, triple mask shit?
I mean, last I checked, and I think that it was maybe yesterday, it's what I looked at said nobody's died from the vaccine so far. So I don't. You guys just said that some guy had died from it
after having the vaccine. But you couldn't prove that it was from the vaccine.
Okay.
Yeah. You couldn't prove it wasn't from the vaccine though.
Okay. They didn't stab the vaccine into his brain and killed him or anything.
Okay.
There was a country, Denmark or Germany or one of those countries, European countries, that stopped giving. Stop giving AstraZeneca, I think, or whatever, because they were having so many complications, and I think a couple did die after getting the shot. So, I mean, they're not gonna. They want everyone to take it, so they're simply gonna avoid reporting it. Let's be serious. They're gonna avoid it as much as possible. So, and you can't prove it one way or the other.
There's a correlation.
I don't know about that, because normally it's the hospitals that are going to end up reporting these things. And I don't.
No, because you can't prove it. Even if you get a shot and then an hour later the person dies, you can't prove it.
The hospital can figure out what it was that caused the complication to kill you.
If they have an incentive to do so, yes.
Yeah, but hospitals are not the government. Like hospitals they're not working for the government, right? Like they may be
no, but they're getting paid by the government right now because of all this stuff.
But the doctors, the nurses, those people don't care about that. They're not getting paid anything. They get their checks one way or the other, and if somebody dies or something happens, they're gonna go, "Ooh, we got a Twitch comment."
Yeah, that's a good one.
Your wieners are tiny.
Fantastic.
Nice. Yeah, they know us. They've been watching us a while. They know us.
Listen, if you can see my wiener from there, it ain't tiny.
Familiar with us.
I know
Schrodinger's cat.
Oh
nice.
yeah.
It's Cameron.
Any sex robots in the house tonight?
Oh my god, we got yes, it's the fucking sex robot mask.
Urasama, yes, I want the link. I'm trying to look it up. I don't see it right now.
Yeah, I posted on Facebook yesterday and said I got the vaccine and I grew a whole extra hair on my arm, and the media is refusing to talk about this.
I thought you were going to say you grew a third testicle or something. That would have been funny.
That'd be pretty cool.
That would actually be something I would want the media to talk about, though. Like,
your spelling of the word hair, was it HARE? Like you grew a whole rabbit on your arm?
Yeah.
Because that'd be kind of cool too, because Easter's coming up. Just saying.
So what's your point? I'm confused.
Because I was saying that there's no benefit to them reporting people, dying from the vaccine, and I said, they get money when they die of COVID. Well, no, so. I said that they're making money off of all this COVID stuff.
They are making money off the vaccine.
Yeah, they are.
They get government incentives,
of course, because
tax breaks.
Yeah. Anytime they're delivering the vaccine, I'm sure they're getting paid for it.
Their wages are getting paid. This is
the hospitals. Yes, are getting paid, but I don't. Again, like somebody comes
as soon as they mark down that there's a COVID patient, they're getting paid more money. That's
Yep.
It's known. That's
why the guy I know that tested positive didn't want to retest him, because guess what? If they tested him again and it came back negative, shit, we got to redo that now. So nope, you just stay away. We're done with you now.
I mean, I got tested 3 times.
And guess what? He got tested again and he came back negative.
Yeah, I got tested 3 times at the same place. But my point is that, like, yes, like higher up hospital administrators, sure, like they probably have some sort of financial incentive when it comes to a lot of this stuff. But the nurses, doctors, like you go into the front desk, the people sitting at the front desk aren't told, hey, if they have like COVID, or if there's a complication with the vaccine, don't see them, just let them die, just like, push them out the door, or put them in the back somewhere, let them die there.
I'm not saying that.
Hold on, Tom.
Or put them in nursing homes and
Tom, 126 million doses of COVID-19 vaccines were administered in the United States from the 14th of December to March 22nd, 2021. During this time, I don't know who that is, but received 2,216 reports of death among people who received the COVID-19 vaccine. Each case of death as soon as notified CDC, medical records further assess report. So there's potentially 2,216 deaths from. Yeah.
And again, like you can't prove that's part of the vaccine. But like I said, Hank Aaron, Marvin Hagler, two famous people that got it, and then like a week or two later, they're dead. Hagler was in the hospital for a long time. Like I read an article, the article, you know, he was in the hospital from complications from the vaccine. It was like, I mean, so, but yeah, are they going to say that he died from the vaccine? No, probably not.
Well, so. I mean, yeah, doctors can prove it, but yeah, like we couldn't prove that the doctors are wrong if, like, as people who aren't medical professionals. That's what you mean, right?
Say that again. I'm sorry.
Like doctors could prove that he died, that somebody died from the vaccine, but you're saying like you and me, we can't prove that they're lying. Or
yeah, we're not going to be able to prove it, and the reporter's not going to be able to prove it. I mean, until it gets reported as a death from the vaccine, but it's again, they don't have any motivation to really go into that kind of depth at this point. They're just going to market it probably a COVID death at this point, right?
Hold on, we are experts here though. So Brendan's Border Patrol, Lynn's the porn expert, Tony,
who's this expert?
Tony, what was your expertise again?
Sex robots.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
And penis size measurements. Penis measurement. He's a penis measurement expert.
Yeah, I will be right back.
Okay. And Tom is the communist expert.
Yes.
Triple commie.
A year ago.
Yeah, a year ago.
The fucking narrative on social media was we're the anti-vaxxers. You haven't heard shit from them. And here we are a year later, now that the vaccination is out. And how many people do you know now are completely anti-vax or leaning that way?
Well, I don't know if they're like anti-vax for everything.
Most of them are kind of in the same boat. A lot of us are. Like, let's just wait. Like, I'm not against taking a COVID vaccine eventually, but like, I'm not jumping in line right now. Like, someday,
nobody.
Yeah, if I know all the facts,
anti-vax. Eventually, you'll be across the board.
I think it's more of a do I need it? Like, is it that? And that's kind of where my compass on this whole thing is, whether I like the vaccine or not. I think even if I was like, yeah, I want the vaccine, I want to get vaccinated, I'd be like, do I need it? Like right now, there's probably people out there that need it. I know, like my state is not allowing. Like I couldn't take it right now if I wanted to, because there's people that need it more than I do, which I love. That's the way it probably should be handled. And that's probably where my mind state would be, even if I was like, yeah, I want the vaccine. I'd be like, nah, there's probably people that need it out there more than I do. So like, I'll just hold off. I'm healthy. I'm young. I'll be fine.
True. I'm down with that. That's a good explanation. I would say the same thing. Other people can use it before us because we're all supple.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie.
Word.
Supple young men.
I am terrified of getting it again. Like it sucked so bad the first time, and I am like a very healthy, very active, very in shape person, and it sucked the first time. Like I came very close to going to the hospital numerous times. I couldn't walk, I couldn't eat, I lost 30 pounds. I was just a zombie.
Is it because you had COVID?
Yes, that's when I when I had COVID. And now I'm like terrified of getting COVID again a second. Are you saying I'm terrified of getting it a second time because I had it?
I thought you were feeling after effects of the vaccination. And
no, I never actually got the vaccine. I was joking. But when I had COVID, it sucked. Like it was horrible. And so now like I really don't want to get it again. Like that's something I think
there's only been like one or two people that have gotten it twice, right?
Oh no, there's lots. Like my
documented? No, there's not.
There are, yeah.
They're all anecdotal. There's very, very few documented cases where
I've only seen one news article where it said like these are the first 2 people that got it. Like I've never seen it ever since. I mean, I haven't seen anything about it ever since.
So from what I understand is that like about 6 months ago that was the case, but the immunity from getting it the first time, they kept like. It kept going from like 6 months to 7 months to 8 months to 9 months. And now it's still 9 months. And we're over a year after it really kind of blew up in the US. So if people only have an immunity for 9 months, then after the first 9 months, it seems
that was 3 months.
From when I got it at the time, it was at 6 months, and then I kept checking the immunity length, and it kept extending.
CDC's got it at 3 months right now. I thought. I'm looking. Jesus, I hate my browser. It keeps switching back to Yahoo News lookup for some fucking reason. I probably got some. God,
is Yahoo still a thing?
Yeah. I must have.
Did they get bought out by Bing or something?
Probably. I don't know. Okay, COVID.
So they have it at 8 months right now, according to Healthline.com.
8 months.
So yeah.
And then what is it in Minnesota right now? Here's the other part about the vaccine. Minnesota, almost 100 people in the last week after getting the vaccination have caught COVID. Thoughts on that?
I have none.
For these vaccines are supposed to be 95%, like except for the Johnson and Johnson's like 76%, which is like I don't trust Johnson
because that's a traditional vaccine. It's not an mRNA vaccine. It's a traditional vaccine.
And lots of these, I believe some of them. It's not the Johnson and Johnson one. What was the other one that had like 2 companies working on it?
AstraZeneca.
Yeah.
Pfizer, Moderna.
Moderna, yes. There's, I believe, after the second shot, you still had like another month before you were immune.
Oh, wow.
But like Johnson and Johnson gave us cancerous fucking baby powder too. So
yeah, I'm done with Johnson and Johnson.
Yeah.
Who makes Zantac? That was on the.
I mean, I used to put Johnson's baby powder.
That gave people cancer.
I'm like, damn it.
Oh, God damn it.
Right? Did anybody else put Johnson's baby powder on their balls every now and then? I mean,
no.
Give you that fresh feeling?
Yes, still do.
Yep. I'm with Tony.
Yeah, I mean, it could give you testicular cancer.
Fucking right.
Take them. They don't work anymore anyway.
Okay, let's see here. That's my problem. I went to Google. Duck, go. I'm going to get totally different search results.
Let me see if there's anything I missed in the comments, but it doesn't look like. It looks like
I believe the AstraZeneca too. They stopped. There's the safety board is starting to question AstraZeneca's shot.
I mean, I to like address Urasama's comment. Georgia's been back to normal. Like we had about 2 weeks where we had businesses shut down. And where we had like only essential employees working, literally like 2 weeks, and that was it. We went right back to normal after those 2 weeks. We've had some of the highest numbers in the country the entire time. Like we've had a rough time, but we have been back to normal this entire time. So like for me, especially as somebody who was an essential employee, my life did not change whatsoever.
Everybody was an essential employee.
Shut up.
Everybody was an essential employee. You can't tell anybody that anybody that lost their job and could not pay their weight or pay for their family to survive. You can't tell them they weren't essential. That's horseshit.
Yeah.
Everybody's an essential employee.
Okay.
Strippers too. Strippers have kids.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Waitresses,
I mean, bro,
they're all essential.
I will tell you, look, from my side, we can't hire anybody because
teachers,
freaking the federal government keeps extending the what do you call it, unemployment to where they're getting paid more than they would if they were actually working. Yeah. I can't get anybody. I like this. When I say my life hasn't changed at all, this is one area where it really has changed. I'm working so much more. Like, I am working an insane amount of hours. Now, I'm making a lot more money, too. Like, business has been great because of COVID. Like, my bonuses are through the roof. We're insanely busy. But we're insanely busy. We're, like, doing double the amount of business with half the amount of employees. It is freaking rough, dude. It is insane how little...
they're paying you what you're worth.
Who knows? I don't know what that means. What I'm worth, but question.
I mean,
the government will tell you.
If you're doing the same amount of work as double the amount of fucking employees, right? You should be making what that guy that's not working there is making, because they're making all kinds of money. I'm just saying that if you're doing twice the work, you should give me twice the fucking pay. You should be doing
when the owners
pay plus the other fucking guys.
Yeah,
that's not working.
When the workers own the means of production, that is the way it works. If you're a socialist, that is a common talking point. But within capitalism, we make like wages and don't care how much, the
socialism makes. Works like it's doing now. These guys are sitting at home making a fucking buck while you're working your ass off. That's how fucking socialism.
They're making you're like, oh man, I'm making a lot of money right now. They're making fucking bank.
They're making bank
compared to you.
I'm saying you should be making double what you normally would make because you're doing their job too.
Right. In socialism, you own part of the company. There are no owners of a company. Everybody who works owns the means of production. Do you own a part of your company? I do because I'm an operating partner, but my point is that like every time we think that unemployment's coming to an end or the extension is supposed to come to an end, or like we're about to hit the deadline and we're all getting ready, like, yes, everybody just hold on. I know it's been rough. Like, we're about to get a hell of a lot of applications. Like, it's going to be just a couple more weeks. Just, I promise, like, I know it sucks. Just hold on a little bit longer. And then they extend it again. We're just like, oh, what are we going to tell these freaking people, dude? Like,
Tony, we got Corbett facts.
Oh, the unemployment.
Oh my God.
Okay, let's see.
In 1927,
Edwin E. Perkins.
Okay.
Hastings
Tony must have
invented
got
powdered
robbed.
soft drink Kool-Aid.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. And they have a Kool-Aid festival in the town of Hastings, Nebraska every summer
fun
in celebration.
Fact number 2.
Yeah, it's great.
I used to live in Hastings, Nebraska.
Chicken lived in Hastings. That was the fun fact number 2.
All right, let's round up the COVID talk, the whole whatever we got left, get it out, and then we are going to start talking about the border because, oh boy, it's some shit. So, Brandon, what do you got last?
No, I think I blew my load early. So.
Oh man.
Yeah.
That's
before
fair.
Tom got here, but
it's all over the belly.
Yeah.
You gotta go clean up.
Little down there, right there.
You hit the point of no return.
All over here, right here. I'm sorry.
I just wish more people would
okay,
actually.
I'm trying to get all this fucking Brendan fucking jizz off my forehead. Jesus.
Oh, I wish. Let's go to Tom. Holy shit.
I wish more people would just like do a little bit of reading and understand how this is spread and like and what the mortality rate really are. Like someone in the comment section asked why kids can't get this. Well, if you're under 18, the chance of you actually even feeling symptoms of this are slim and none. You know, I mean, it's absurd. Kids don't need it. So. If you're under 30, actually, it's pretty. It's pretty ridiculous. Though it's extremely low. The mortality rate, even and then feeling even symptoms, it's almost next to nothing. So, I wish more people would do some reading, do a little bit of research, and just, stop just listening to people. Actually, go into what they're saying, and actually, try to prove them wrong. So, if you can't, then maybe they're right.
All right, so my take on it is the internet's full of facts, and some of them are not right, and some of them are bullshit, and some of them, and your job is to decipher them, and you do you. I mean, if you believe one thing or the other, fucking yeah, whatever, man, just figure it out on your own. You're going to probably either be right or wrong. I don't fucking know. We don't all have the answers. Nobody's an expert. The internet's full of fucking bullshit. Take it from me, I'm not an expert.
This guy.
Truer words have never been spoken. You're either going to be right or you're going to be wrong.
It's 50-50.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just fucking, yeah. Just drink and get on the internet and talk shit. That's what I do.
Drink and be merry.
Indeed. Tom, round out your thoughts.
Yeah, I'm ready for everybody to be vaccinated. I'm ready for us to kind of move past this and get back to normal and or some sort of normalcy. The whole all of 2020 was just as much as I said my life didn't change, 2020 was a freaking living hell for me. Like that year. Oh, man, I thought I was going to make it through. I thought I was going to make it through unscathed, and right at the end, dude, it got me, and now the whole year sucks. The whole year is the freaking worst. So, yeah, I'm ready for us to kind of get back to some sort of normalcy where I can, normally go out and interact with people and not have to wear a mask that messes up my goatee to where I have to do this, like, for 2 hours after taking it off.
When I had a nice bushy beard, like it was like I had lines like right here.
Yes, when I take it off, my goatee is sticking out and then sideways, like forward, and I have to
You guys have seen how beautiful my fucking beard used to be.
I mean, It's good right now.
I missed it.
You got it gnome style.
To my nipples.
It was like ZZ Top.
The first time I met you, that's how it was.
When I wore the mask, it pushed it back and it looked all wavy. And I was like, man, I need to trim this. And then I went completely shaven. And yeah, I kind of, I don't rock the baby face anymore. I'm too old for that. So yeah.
So Tom, I just a quick thing, Tom. Like, not everyone's gonna get vaccinated.
Yeah,
right?
no.
I mean, like,
I mean the people that we need.
You're saying like a majority.
To get to like a I keep
herd
almost
immunity type thing.
Yes, I keep wanting to call it herd mentality, but that's not what it is. Yeah, herd immunity to where we can get to a point where because there are some places still around here that are closed, maybe not. I was gonna say clubs and bars, but no, they're all open as well. I'm not gonna go to them. Like I'm still like very careful about this stuff, and I don't want to get it again. It sucked so bad the first time. I am not doing that again. Like it's just not happening.
You weren't here for when I first was talking about, but that's what I'm saying. Like adults need to be adults and need to make their own decisions and figure out what their risk and what their risk management needs to be. And if like you're telling me like, yeah, it sucked, I don't want to get it again, so I'm not going out. Well, that's you saying like, this is not worthwhile for me to go out and have and go to the bar. So for me, I don't go to the bar.
I don't think it's that simple though. I don't think it's that simple. It's not that simple because I don't have an option of whether or not I go to my job, right? I have to keep going to my job. And if everybody else is irresponsible and wants to keep going out and going and partying, then they have to come to my restaurant and deal with me. Now they're making it to where I'm more like, no, they don't have to. But
they're 6 feet away from you and they're wearing a mask.
They don't have to party either. But they're making a choice for themselves, but it's not just for themselves. They're making it for me too, because then they come and interact with me. It's not just yourself that you're making a choice for. You're making a choice for literally everybody else that you interact with as well. And I don't want that crap. I don't want to deal with it again. And you're making choices for me.
In a store.
So you want to dictate what
policy?
You want to dictate what everybody else wants to do.
No, I didn't say that. I want them all to be careful. You want them to not
go party and not do their... You don't want people to live their own life. You want them to live their life according to your rules.
Me saying I don't want them to do it is not dictating. That there's a massive difference between me saying I don't want them to do this. I don't want them to do it. I want them to be careful. I want them to quit breathing COVID all over my face.
Tom.
Yeah.
In the store, in the restaurant chain that you work at, do you require people to wear masks when they come in? Yes or no?
No, not customers. No.
All right. So you got a sign on the door that says you have to, right? No, I mean, in Missouri, out of all fucking places, they got signs on the door that says mask required when walking in. In order for us to stay open, you need to wear a mask. Now, people don't enforce it a lot, but it's there and it's posted on the damn windows.
Yeah.
But if you don't want people to interact with your business, you tell them it's your business. You can tell them to wear a fucking mask or not to wear a mask.
But Kevin, I miss you, buddy. I miss you.
Yeah, why isn't Kevin ever on here, dude?
What's up, man?
He was consistent for a little while.
I'm tired of that fucking tomfoolery guy.
Yeah.
No, I agree with you, Tom. People are irresponsible, but that comes with it. I mean, that's just life, man. And unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. But I mean, if someone comes up to you, starts close talking, you say, "Back up, man. I don't want COVID." You know what I mean? Like that's just. I understand. Like, yes, you have no choice whatsoever what other people are doing. That's just life. I'm sorry.
But in every other area of life, we do say like, "Hey, if you're harming others in an area, then we're going to put a stop to it." And I know that you're not saying like it's not necessarily that I'm dying,
harming other people.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying that I'm dying, but me having to take 2 weeks off work, me having to go through all of that again and go through like it was painful, man. It sucked.
Again, yes. I'm not disagreeing with you, but the point is like again, just because it was painful for you, you can't force other people to not live their lives. And again, unfortunately, people suck and they make irresponsible decisions. You know, and it just that's just the way it is. And unfortunately, that's just the way it goes. And but again, you have to protect your hula hoop, your personal space. I get that.
I don't feel like we do that with anything else. I feel like in normal life we say like, hey, people are irresponsible, therefore the law says everybody has to wear seatbelts and you have to go a speed limit and you have to have compact cars with airbags and you have to have bumpers and we have all sorts of other protections all around us because other people are irresponsible and we make it part of the law because of that. And in this area,
not all those are because people were irresponsible. There's still people that don't wear seatbelts. There's still people that drive cars from the 60s and 70s. Like that might be a little exaggeration of some of those laws and regulations. They make car manufacturers make vehicles safer. Those are
part of regulations.
Laws only affect the people that are going to follow them.
Those are part of regulations now, though.
Irresponsible people don't follow that.
You can.
Yeah, that's not your regulation. You don't have to build a car that has those safety regulations. The company does.
No, you do.
No, the company that makes those cars.
Yes.
If I was going to make a car, if you look up in a lot of areas, you can make street legal vehicles without all those safety regulations out of older vehicles or even ground up builds.
Sure. Again, yes. A
safety regulations put onto manufacturers.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, so that's not a law because of somebody's irresponsibilities. Sure, the irresponsibility comes into play on there, but it becomes the car manufacturers. The seatbelt thing was not necessarily because of irresponsible people. It was because of the manufacturers being irresponsible and knowing that they were getting away with dodging lawsuits because people were dying, and the only way they could dodge future lawsuits was to put a seatbelt in and place the blame on the driver and not the manufacturer.
Yes, but the laws also, like in Georgia, the law is that if you're driving your car, you have to wear a seatbelt. I'm not just saying that the manufacturer has to put a seatbelt in there, but if you're driving, you also have to be wearing a seatbelt. You have to be driving under the speed limit. You have. It doesn't matter.
It's more complicated.
The law.
It's more complicated than
that's a ridiculous law. I mean,
the law does not. The law is not there so that car manufacturers do not get sued. The speed limits are not there for car manufacturers.
Put seatbelt in so they
I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the law.
Those are just revenue builders for towns. That's really all it are. That's all they are.
You're saying that speed limits don't actually help speed. We can look at
no. They prevent people from speeding. Yes.
Sorry, not speed. Sorry.
Years. You think I followed the speed limit? They don't care up there.
I don't mean. Sorry, I didn't mean speed. I mean you think that speed limits don't help prevent accidents or don't help prevent or don't help safe driving.
I'm sure sometimes they do, but the fact of the matter is that just the road alone and the ability of the driver is going to prevent them from going 100 miles an hour.
It's not as simple as you make it sound sometimes.
We're getting away from COVID. Okay, so listen. I mean, the fact of the matter is that someone has to close talk you for 15 to 30 minutes in order for you to catch it. And the fact that someone walks into wherever you work and they're not getting that close, you can't catch it from countertops. You know, it just we're getting away from we're getting away from the facts and the fact that and I feel like just the overall government force that has come down on this just doesn't equal the risk, and it doesn't equal the risk management that needs to happen.
Yeah, I disagree. I think that there should be more. I think we're not doing enough.
I come into 3-foot contact with hundreds, sometimes thousands of people a day. And I'm super shocked that I have not got COVID yet. I am really shocked. But
might already had it.
Maybe I was one of the asymptomatic. So like that's the frustrating thing to me is we don't have. It's getting better, but we don't have the readily available testing for anybody with antibodies to let you know if you did have it or not. To let you know if maybe I am safe to be around people and run around. But that's
be a super spreader.
That's not the topic, though. And I think that's my problem with this whole thing is that's not the topic. Is whether you are safe amongst others or not. Tom, if I walked into your store and said, "Hey, I've already had it. I had my antibody test, and I've had it, so I'm immune right now." Does that make you feel safer? Or
I'm sorry, I lost connection for a second. Can you say that again?
Oh. I was saying if I walked into your store and said I took an antibody test and I know I had it already, I'm immune right now. I took the test yesterday. Would that make you feel safer if I walked into the store?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
All right, so, sorry. Go.
You could be lying.
I could be lying, and that's no different. And here's where I wanted to I'm going to give you like a dramatic. I might be conflating this a little bit, but many people have multiple sexual partners and contract STDs and don't even know they contracted an STD. And sometimes that STD doesn't show up, and then they have sex with another person and give it away. That's where Brendan's kind of saying, well, dude, sometimes that shit's life. Now okay. How many people, let's take this back to AIDS. Now, AIDS didn't go all over the goddamn place, but there was people that knew they had AIDS and were purposely spreading it or not telling people. And that was horribly deadly. And we didn't know how to control it or what to do about it. We didn't even know the origins of it until the last fucking few years. So the fact that fuck you, Nick. Oh, damn it. God, Nick. No, the fact that we want to make this disease that we know is very focused on killing. Let's say this disease is a serial killer, and this serial killer is specifically looking for people with comorbidities, old people specifically, but they come into contact with everybody else and decides not to kill them. Okay. That's literally what we're fucking dealing with right now. When it comes to your comfort, if you knew this guy was a serial killer, comes into your restaurant or place of business or whatever it may be, they're not there to kill you. You really don't care. I don't know. This is a horrible analogy. I'm going to stop.
I would hope if they're a serial killer, the government has already done something about them, and that they're not coming into my restaurant.
All right, my weird take on. Well, it's not even a weird take. It's fucking America, and I'm just gonna have to go with okay, I was at a bar in the last couple of years, and there was a sign on the fucking wall that says, "We reserve the right to refuse service to anyone." Mm-hmm. So you're sitting there as either the manager or the fucking owner of this store or shop or wherever the fuck you're at, and this guy walks in without wearing a mask. You say, "Hey, go in and put a mask on." They say no. You'd be like, "All right, bye. I'm not going to give you any service."
I mean, it's nice, but
it's still your American right to refuse them fucking service.
It's not.
It's your fucking right.
It's not.
But if you don't want their goddamn service, then just tell them to leave and kick rocks.
Yeah.
If they're not wearing a mask when they come in and it scares you, or if it fucking hurts your shit and makes you fucking think that you can get COVID, you tell them to leave.
I mean,
you have every fucking right, because that's America.
That's true.
I love saying America.
If I was, you know, if America
is our American flag
was run, if America was run under socialism, then that would actually be true. But I work for a franchise; they're the ones who decide this, not me. So I know, Lynn, you're a big fan of socialism, and I can't get you off of it. And I'm trying to convince you of capitalism here, but you're making a lot of good points. I can't.
Shit. Your fucking eyes are brown, buddy.
Just a triple commie, Tom.
What?
God.
Oh my
damn.
God.
Listen, if
arguing
government
for private business, and Tom conflate the two, socialism.
I wish that I had hip waders on, because the shit is getting deep up in this bitch.
I'm saying that like in a private business, yes, the owner can do that, but if you're not the owner, everybody else can't do that. But under socialism, when everybody who works there is part owner, then yeah, like they can all do that.
Yeah,
sure.
but that employee has the fucking right.
You can empower an employee as a private business owner.
I quit this bitch. I'm getting endangered. I don't want to fucking be here.
As a private
you have
business
that
owner.
right as an American citizen to just go ahead and quit that job. You're not fucking obligated to fucking work there. You're not fucking working under slave wages.
Right.
And nobody's fucking forcing you to fucking be there.
Slave wages, dude. He's gone full communist on us, guys. He's calling them slave wages. It's just minimum wage. Like, and he's like, no, this isn't good enough.
If government intervention would fix this, then LA County would be clean of COVID.
I think this is a good time to switch to the border.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
Say.
La migra.